No. No, I cannot bear to read it out loud. The man must be loopy. Oh, gosh.
Take care of this, will you? There are still more bags to bring in.
Yes. Well, you certainly came prepared, didn't you?
Well, I expect to be staying quite a while.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Well, we'll have to have the bags over here. They all have to be checked, you know. It could take quite a while.
What should I do now, Miss...
Mrs. Barry. Well, if you wouldn't mind, Miss Templar, coming over to here onto this white line while I read the charges. It won't take long. Good. Now, if you'll just answer the questions, please. Your name is Lee Templar, is that correct?
Yes.
And you have been charged with murder and remanded to Wentworth Detention Centre until your trial, is that correct?
Yes. You mean this is it, huh? Just one locker?
Yes, well, you heard what Mrs. Reynolds said. What you can't fit in, we'll store for you anyway.
Oh, God, it's no bigger than a bathroom, is it?
Well, at least you've got a cell to yourself. Now, look, here's your rule book.
Mrs. Barry?
Oh, yes.
Wasn't this prisoner in solitary?
Oh, well, you see, Miss Templar spent the obligatory 24 hours at the watch house.
I see. Well, if you'd like to have lunch, I'll take over for you.
Oh, good. Thanks very much.
So, the Minister seems to think you're a very special person. I wonder why.
Why don't you ask him?
I don't think that's necessary. I'm quite happy to go along with whatever he says. So if you have any problems, just let me know.
Just what kind of problems, Miss Ferguson?
Well, you're not the usual riff-raff Templar. These women can be pretty malicious if they think someone has more than they do. And you have.
Yes, well, if you don't mind, I've got some unpacking to do.
You also have a bed to make, Templar. So just remember, any problems, you'll find me a useful friend. I'll be back to get you in 10 minutes to take you to the dining room. Be ready.
Enough, be quiet, the lot of you.
Lovely like a film star.
She ain't ugly, that's for sure. And she must have something more than looks going for her to put away the freaks hovering.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Could you bring your mop? I've spilt some shampoo. What's wrong with you?
Nothing wrong with me, but you need some straightening out. You make a mess, you clean it up. Well, well, well. A Jade Rogers yet. She'd get a shock to know she's going to have a daily fashion parade in Wentworth.
Didn't think I'd find anyone in here who recognised designer labels. Not hiding a wardrobe of your own, are you?
Gotta be kidding. Saw enough of this junk when I was a kid. Every time my mother flitted off to one of her society gigs. She looked like a clown in most of them. Still, that doesn't matter, does it? As long as it's designer label.
Look, sorry I asked you to clean up before. I thought it might have been one of your duties.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm Lee. What's your name?
Keen.
Deirdre Keen's daughter?
Yes, so what if I am?
Oh, nothing. It must have been an awful shock for your parents when you were sent in here.
Doubt it. Busy social calendar. Doesn't leave much time for worrying about what your kids might be up to.
Well, if you want to borrow anything.
You've got to be joking. What's the matter? Don't want to dirty your hands with the rest of us.
Bobby, let go!
William, get off me!
I'm very sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I've got clams.
Sorry, just came to get your dirty towels. Nice gear you got on.
Oh, I've got a wardrobe full of them.
Must have cost you a bit, eh?
Well, actually, they cost my boyfriend.
Don't reckon I'd ever get enough to get something like that.
You're Bobby, aren't you?
Yeah, Bobby Mitchell.
You look a bit young to be in here.
Oh, well, I'm 18.
That old, eh? On the pension yet?
And I'm going to have a baby.
Yeah, I know. Cass told me. What's the daddy-to-be think about it?
Oh, he's real pleased. He can't wait to come and see me.
Yeah, all 50 of them. Now, let's see, it'd be in the hundreds, wouldn't it?
See you later. I've got to go back to the laundry.
Good idea.
You're always that nasty.
Why don't you wait? You'll find out.
wretches!
Well, look who's slumming it. Hey, what do you got there?
What remains of $500 worth of dresses? Suppose you'd call them glade rags now.
Well, what happened to them?
They'll be totally ruined by one of the inmates if this is so.
Ah, what a shame. Want me to throw them out for you?
No thanks. I think I'll leave them here with the rest of the trash.
Nothing but the best, eh?
You can't be referring to the accommodation.
How are you getting on with the other women?
They detest me.
That's not surprising.
Oh, really? I was surprised. In fact, I was astounded to find 2 of my dresses cut to ribbons.
When?
This afternoon.
Did you report it?
Oh, what's the point?
Malicious damage should be reported to an officer.
Oh, forget it, they were last season's anyway.
Rather now.
I made rather a grand gesture and deposited them with the inmates.
Do you have any idea who did it?
Oh, the one called Reb didn't seem particularly surprised when she saw them.
Want to lay a formal complaint against Keane?
Oh, it's not worth it, really. It could have been any one of them. They all seem capable of a lot worse than that.
They are. But then if you're not willing to make a complaint, I can't do anything about it.
Good. Then the matter's finished. Good night, Miss Ferguson.
When do you reckon that dame's gonna thaw out?
Any minute now.
What the? What is this stuff? No, someone put oil in my shampoo bottle.
Ronnie! Don't look at it this way, kid. You're saving a lot on conditioner.
Just wish we could get you out of here, Lee Pops. It's breaking my heart. Every day another contract down the gurgler.
It's nice to know you care, Stanley.
Don't call me Stan, please. The name's Roland.
You'll always be Stanley Cracknick to me. Depol or no Depol, suits you.
I didn't come here to be insulted.
No, where do you usually go?
Lee,
Roland Van Dyke.
you finished? I'm here to fill you in on what's happening out there. To let you see what kind of shape we're in. What have you done to your hair?
Vegetable oil.
Well, whatever turns you on. Now listen, we've lost the Seabell contract and Magda Jewelry. That's this week. And Patootie, threatening to cancel. The pantyhose, remember?
I remember. They can always get another pair of legs, can't they?
Well, it's great to see you show such concern.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Oh, no, we're getting wiped off the map. I'm losing dollars hand over fist, and you want to insult me. Look, I'm here today because I care about you, about us.
Terrific.
Lee, listen. Please, let's try and work something out.
Listen, I've got to go back inside. I've got things to do, okay?
Lee, listen to me.
Look, there's some kind of a fade on tomorrow. I've got to fix my stinking hair.
Fate.
Goodbye, Stanley.
Lee, don't you see? That's perfect. It couldn't be better. There'll be a lot of people here tomorrow, and perhaps we can crack it for a colour spread in Femme Fad magazine. Lee Templar, doing time in style. Hey, we can have you posing with a few of the toughs. Beauty and the Beasts.
No,
it couldn't be better.
No, I said I am not interested, Stanley. Now go away.
Lee, think about it.
I have thought about it. What do you think I'm doing in here? I'm sick to death of being treated like a piece of meat by you, by Howard, by everybody. You don't really care about me, do you? It's just dollars per pound of flesh. Well, you're wasting your time and mine. I'm finished with this stinking business. Am I making myself quite clear? It's over, Roland. Over. Get yourself another ham steak.
Well, that's gratitude. Thanks.
Rack off, Roland. What do you want?
Don't talk to me like that, Templar.
Oh, what do you expect? You gave me a fright.
Oh, I am sorry. How's your hair?
Oh, you know, I suppose everyone's having a good laugh at my expense.
I did hear something about vegetable oil.
Yeah, charming, isn't it?
Oh, don't worry. Just leave it to me. I'll find out who did it.
When?
Be patient. I decide when and where.
And in the meantime?
I said I'll put a stop to it, and I will.
Thanks. Oh, look at this. Still filthy. I have to go and wash it again. Excuse me.
Of course.
That's your idea of a little bit of fun, is it?
Nothing very funny about a lipstick.
How about that? Anything funny about that? Oh, is that all you gotta say? I thought you might feel like a good laugh. Maybe you missed the point. You just leave me alone. Do you understand? Leave me alone.
What happened to your hand, Pete?
Oh, nothing. Just a burn.
Well, how bad is it? Do you want the sister to have a look?
No, thanks. Be all right.
Well, mind if we have a little chat?
Do I have a choice?
Of course.
Then I mind. Look, I thought I made myself quite clear in the rec room. I just want to be left alone, okay? You don't bother me and I don't bother you.
Lee, I'm not here to bother you. I just came here to tell you something.
What?
We're not all like Reb King, you know. I know she's giving you a hard time, but we're not all tarred by the same brush.
I can look after myself, thanks.
Well, that's where you're wrong. The one thing you do need in this place is friends.
I'll manage.
It's a pity it's round one to her already.
What?
Oh, come off it. She's got you just where she wants you. She's got you isolated. You're fair game.
Look, just what's this leading up to, huh? What's in it for you?
There's nothing in it for me. I just don't want to see Reb win, that's all. Now, you start judging everybody by her, you're going to end up going out of your mind, and that's just what she wants.
Yeah, well, I'll think about it, okay? Maybe you're right.
You do that. Now, you want to talk about it. You know my address.
It's all happening outside, okay?
No, I don't think I will.
Not much to do around here, you know. It seems a bit silly to pass up on the excitement when it happens. Mind you, I use the word loosely.
Haven't had anything to do with it. Feel like an outsider.
Oh, that's because you just arrived. You'll get used to it.
I'll never get used to this awful place.
Well, it is what it is. Main thing is, don't let it get to you.
I can't help it. It's unbearable in here. There's no one I can talk to.
That's up to you. You're making the same mistake I made. Look, there's no way you can make it in here by yourself. I learned that the hard way. You gotta find out who your friends are, because believe me, you'll certainly find out you've got enemies.
Something happened to you?
Oh, nothing that can't be fixed. But this time, I'm not gonna try and do it on my own. Like I said, you need friends. Think about it.
All I'm saying is, let's use the films as part of our defence. Howard was blackmailing you, for God's sake, Lee. You're at your wit's end.
Now, don't you see? That'd be the end of Lee Templar. Look, I'm a product like the shampoos I advertise. Okay, I can tell the world about the things Howard forced me to do, how he gave me to his friends, but... Look, I was a victim, they'll understand. But they will never understand about those movies. Never.
You're not the first person to appear in a few stag movies, Lee.
You are missing the point, Jimmy. I made those movies. I made them out of my own free will. Now, that's something the public's never going to accept.
All right. Go your way. But we still have to find those films so that no one else gets a chance to use them. And so far, I've come up empty-handed.
Maybe they're in a safety deposit box or in his office safe. I don't know. But I know he had them. He had every single copy.
Did he, Lee? I mean, really?
Well, of course he did. He knew I was going to leave him, and that's how he stopped me. He said he'd hire a cinema for a private showing, just the press and my movies.
But that doesn't necessarily mean he had possession of them. He blackmailed you. The threat was enough. He never actually showed you the films. Maybe he never had them.
Oh, no. Oh, please, no, don't say that. If he didn't have the movies, then... Oh, God forbid. I killed him for nothing.
Hey, you!
Looks better as a hat anyway.
I thought you were going to give all this a miss.
No, I decided I might be missing out on something. Turns out I was right, doesn't it?
There were a lot of screws around here. You could have stopped her, you know.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it.
Well, why didn't you?
I'm not sure. Maybe it was the way she looked at me. Or maybe I remembered what you said.
What I said?
Yeah, you know, about giving everyone a break. Seemed like a pretty good place to start.
Look, you did the right thing, which is a very good reason for going.
Well, tell me about it. I deserve a break too, you know.
Lock them in, Mrs. Barfield, till the governor decides what to do with them.
Oh, gee, it was such a lovely day. Now it's ruined. I wonder how Bobby is.
Yeah, she was so white.
Yeah, but she'll be all right, honey. You'll see.
Never even got a chance to tell her about my engagement.
Your what?
You and Charlie engaged?
Oh,
how wonderful. Could I be bridesmaid?
Congratulations, honey.
Except it doesn't seem right somehow, does it? I mean, being happy with poor little Bobby. Now I'm going to cry like a little kid.
You go ahead and cry.
Well, she really feels for Bobby, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Anything I can do?
No, not for Kaz. She just needs to be by herself. Well, girls, it looks like the party's over.
Hello, I didn't think you were coming to breakfast. Sorry, I did.
Yeah, well, I'm saying goodbye to Pixie. Mr. Schumann came and picked her up early.
Oh, no, I didn't say goodbye.
Look, I know she's a really nice kid and everything, but God, she nearly drove me crazy this morning when she came to borrow my makeup. She's got a really funny way of putting things, hasn't she?
Yes, she sure has. I'm gonna miss her.
Me too. Tell you what, I wouldn't miss this muck, though. I'll never get used to it.
Maybe you won't have to. Could be out there with Pixie soon.
Don't hold your breath, I'm not. Got this as awful as anyone wanted.
No, I can't even eat mine. I'm too worried about Cass anyway. And poor little Bobby.
Bobby, they're going to tell about the baby today, aren't they?
How do you think she'll take it?
Hard.
Poor Bobby. God, this place is unbelievable.
Yes, you've had quite an initiation, haven't you? Wish Myra would get back so things could get back to normal, whatever that is.
Yeah. Listen, has anyone heard of what's her name is? Phyllis.
Well, she must be hanging in there. Her stuff's still here.
Think they'll find out who did it?
If they don't, we will.
How? I mean, if it was Fred, well, look, there's no one left in here to talk, is there? Poor old Phyllis can't. Damn sure Rebecca's not going to confess.
I wouldn't bet on that, you know. The freak dropped the clanger in the showers.
Yeah, what was all that about?
Well, I think Reb and Phyllis were smuggling in dope. Phyllis got bashed because she had botched up the job.
That makes sense. But I can't see how we can do anything about it. How can we prove it?
Did you see how upset Reb was when Lou was talking about it?
She still looks upset.
Yeah, proves she has a conscience. If we keep working away at that raw nerve, she'll give herself away.
But it's an exclusive, sweetie. That's big bickies in anyone's language.
I told you before, I am off the market.
Would I forget that? But this isn't a job. It's just a nice little chat with Celia. And you know all of them and watch her show.
I can't see the point, Roland. Except to make you more money.
But didn't you say you were sick of being treated like a piece of meat? Well, here you are, a chance to show how you feel. Top model and all that, shut away from the world. God, you'll tear the heartstrings.
Oh, cut the big sell, will you? It won't work. Now, is that all? I've got better things to do.
I can make or break you, Petal, and don't you forget it. So don't give me the bum's rush or you'll finish up a sorry little chicken.
Don't make me laugh. I'm up there, right at the top. And it'll take a lot more than you to bring me down.
Oh, really? A word in the right ear that you've turned junkie and, well, work the rest out for yourself.
You know, that's the last time you threatened me. You're fired. Now get out of my sight.
You can't do it to me, sweets.
No? I have.
Because I'm a director of the company now.
You're what?
Well, someone had to fill Howard's seat. I was the logical choice.
Oh, you bastards.
Now, what's it to be? An interview on the Celia Trembroke show? Or do I start spreading the dirt?
All right. Book it. If the authorities will let you.
It's all sewn up, ducks. It's nice to have friends at the top.
I don't know. She seems like a pretty dear lady to me. Do you really think it'll work?
Everybody has a breaking point. You just gotta hold out until we can find what hers is. She'll break sooner or later.
Oh, Stu, here you all are, eh? Why don't you all out getting some fresh air? You all look like you just crawled out from under a flat rock. How about a game of volleyball, eh? Any takers? Come on, Lee, how about you? You look
in here? You've got to be kidding. What for? Does she recognise your writing? A bit of a worry.
Come on. I don't write her many letters now, do I? Now, if I wasn't sure she was the culprit before, I certainly am now.
She's pretty jumpy. I bumped into her before she nearly went through the roof.
It's a clear-cut case of guilty conscience.
Still, she's not exactly rushing off to confession, is she?
Oh, give me time.
Hey, place here if you need company.
Hang on to your hats, girls. Here comes the rabbit.
Wearing a look that's a worry.
Oh, yuck. We're not actually supposed to eat this stuff, are we?
Well, it's either that or go hungry.
It's not cordon bleu, I'll grant you.
Edible enough.
Edible? Smells like dog's vomit.
Oh, please.
Looks like it, too.
Oh, you mind? Now, some of us are trying to eat this.
Hey, my rice just moved. Bloody maggots, I don't train them properly anymore.
For God's sake, grow up, will you?
Gotcha.
Oh!
Bloody hell, Lee, I thought it was empty. Honestly, I did.
Sure.
I thought it was empty in my room. See, I played this great trick on Heather and...
Oh, hang about.
I saw that, Templar. You're going to have to be put on a charge.
No, Barry, it really was. It was an accident, wasn't it, Marlene?
I accidentally kicked Lee under the table and I bumped her hand. If it's anybody's fault, it's mine.
All right, but go and get yourself cleaned up. And Templar, get those scraps off the floor and put them in the bin.
Silly bitch.
I tell you what, that bitch has gone too far.
Oh, Jude, she doesn't mean any harm.
She might not mean any harm, but she's a walking disaster area.
She just doesn't think.
Yeah, well, I think it's time that someone had a good talking to her before she goes too far. That's if she already hasn't.
And then she come running out again, white as a sheet. She said she was going for help, but I bet she was going to throw up. Oh, jeez, I've never seen anything so funny in all my
Funnier than the
life.
sight of me covered in sauce, was it?
Oh, heaps! Oh, look, you're not still dirty on me about that, are you?
Why don't you face it? She's worse than a chronic toothache. Oh, look, will you give it a rest? I've had a talk to her. She's going to be all right if you just give her a chance.
She raves on like she was wound up or
Oh,
something.
come on, give her a chance, okay?
Uh-oh, here comes the Wentworth Whinger.
Them little gits from the servery need their bums tanned. I tell you, we had a lot more respect for each other in B Block.
Why don't you put in for a transfer back? We wouldn't mind.
Now, that'll be enough out of you too. Why don't you go somewhere else and let us oldies get on with it?
Hang about. I'm not ready for the old age pension just yet.
Yeah, believe it or not, I've got a couple of years to go, dear.
You'll have to forgive me, dear. My eyesight's not the best. I just have to go on the focal tones.
Oh, focal, eh?
Bobby? Yeah? I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'll take it easy in future, okay? Okay?
Good. Potatoes again. Always bloody potatoes. They've got no imagination in that kitchen.
Well, they're good for you. I just finished reading this diet where you can eat as many spuds as you like as long as you get regular exercise.
Oh, yeah, well, I've left my run a bit late.
You have got a bit of a podge there, dear. Mustn't let ourselves go to seed just because we're over the hill now, should we?
I promise you, it's just another interview. You won't like it. It's not worth watching.
Are you kidding? Support your local TV star. That's our motto.
But you must have talked about more than that. God, you're in prison. Who cares how you do your nails or how you tint your hair?
She does. Mind you, I don't blame her. Poor love wears a wig.
Really?
A wig, false fingernails, eyelashes, the works.
Do you know, I always thought that. Well, I was pretty sure she wore a wig, but I didn't know about the other things. I mean, wouldn't it be dreadful to have a job where everybody looked at you? I'm sorry. I didn't realise I was carrying on so
That's all right. Don't worry, Mrs. Barry. I'll let you know when I find out anything else about it.
Let's face it, viewers, prison life would be hard enough for anyone. But how does Australia's most beautiful woman cope with the hardships that can only be found behind bars? Well, you heard her own words. She actually claims to have made friends in there. Who knows? At least the other inmates will get a taste of high fashion for a change. But who was it that said, "What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?" Because I couldn't agree more. Chin up, Lee. We all miss you.
That's it. Now you can see what I mean about being a waste of time.
Waste of time, you bugger. She's given me a great idea.
Good, keep it to yourself.
No way. Why can't we have high fashion in this place?
Maybe it's got something to do with the clothes we have to wear.
So we tizzy them up a bit and put on a fashion parade. You'd show us how to do it, wouldn't you, Lee?
Oh, sorry, love. I'm on holidays.
Well, I reckon it's a great idea. Yeah? The annual Wentworth Fashion Parade.
Who's got anything to wear?
Are you kidding? We got basic blue, far as the eye can see.
Look, we can make and design our own clothes. It'll be like one of those Paris fashion houses.
Oh, come on. Do you think that's easy?
Oh, we'll be right. And we can all model our own creations.
Yeah, well, you can count me out.
Oh, come on, Jude. You can model clothes for the mature figure.
Overripe, you mean?
Oh, come on, Heather. As a favour to me.
It's not part of my job to go around chasing after leotards.
How about some shorts and T-shirts then?
Why don't you cut it out? What's wrong with the stuff your father brought in?
Well, nothing. There just probably isn't enough to go around, that's all.
Well, that's your problem.
Look, love, if you like, you can borrow some of my stuff, okay?
Yeah, and I can probably dig up a few things myself.
Thanks. With the stuff we've already got, that'll probably be enough.
Darling heart, I kid you not. The TV interview was a total smash. I had offers coming in from all directions.
Offers? What sort of offers?
Follow-up stuff. Magazine spread, newspaper feature. I've even got New York interested.
Oh, you must be out of your head, Roland. Don't you realise they only let the TV crew in here as a special concession, and once they're not going to allow it again.
So, they can make some more special concessions. I'll just spread some charm and sunshine around in the right quarters. Don't worry, Pet. There won't be any problems.
There's a little problem right here, Pet. I am not interested in any follow-ups.
Hey, come on, sweets. Let's work on this thing together, huh? We both want the same thing, don't we? We want you out of this hen coop as quickly as possible. And we want you to come out an even hotter properly than when you went in. Am I right?
Come on, Roland. Spit it out. Just what are you driving at?
Just this. You cooperate with me on the publicity, and I'll make sure the court finds you not guilty.
Sure. How are you going to do that?
Well, I've thought about this. If I testify to the court that Howard was a sexual sadist and a ruthless exploiter of innocent young virgins, it'll change everything. The public will see you as the victim. You'll get stacks of sympathy and publicity. No court in the country will convict you.
You'd do that?
For you, I'm prepared to tell a little white lie or two.
It's not a lie. Everything you just said about Howard is absolutely true.
Whatever. The thing is to make the court believe it. And all I'm asking in return is just for a little cooperation.
I see. I get the picture. I'll think about it.
Fine. But don't take too long, Tricia. Because where you're concerned, my love, time is very definitely money.
Hi, is she coming? No, she's too upset about not seeing her mother. Looks like one of us is going to have to take charge now.
Yeah, we're going to have a riot on our hands.
Yeah, sure are. What about you, Rachel?
Yeah.
Oh, could I suppose? What about music?
Marlene gave me this.
Jeez, don't they look a bloody joke?
Yeah, right. Well, don't laugh too hard. Just keep your mind on what you've got to do, right?
Well, one thing's clear, though. Bernard did have the films at the time you attacked him.
Oh, my God. Anyone could have them now. Guess it won't be long before we find out who. Good money in porn scandals.
I wouldn't lose heart yet. I've got Freddie following up a couple of leads. And they both point to Roland.
Oh, that little bastard. I might have guessed. You get him on the phone and you tell him he better be here tomorrow.
Now, wait a minute. You're not going to gain anything by blowing your stake at that little weasel. Just hang on.
Just tell him to be here, right?
Come on, kid. Let's see how you lose at blackjack.
I'm going to rip the sleeves off this and put them with that patch skirt I've got. And with the gear you've got, it should be a fabulous fashion pro.
Yeah, look, just do me a favour, will you? What'd you get?
Looks as though her visit wasn't too good.
Look at him. Backstabbing little...
Hey, I think I better remind you. No physical contact.
Don't worry. I wouldn't dirty my hands.
Oh, that's good. I don't have to call on my first aid this early in the day.
Lee Potts, I came as quick as I could.
Stanley, you better have a bloody good explanation for getting your hands on those porn movies.
Me?
You, Petal. And don't try denying it, because my sources are very accurate.
Okay, so I have them. Just an insurance policy, love, to make sure you do the right thing by our company. We've got to keep those little bickies rolling in, don't we?
You stupid little man. I just showed Howard what I thought of his standover tactics. That's why I'm here. You honestly think I'm going to walk straight back into the same setup, don't you? Come on.
Well, it's up to you, sugar puss. If you don't want to help keep the company profits up, I may just have to sell a few of your picks to keep us solvent,
You bastard.
Lee Templar. In the flesh. Always was a good draw card. I reckon I'll make a small fortune. Especially if I hawk him around the time of your trial.
Throw that creep out.
You lot better get with the strength. Brian's too busy sucking up to the screws to look after your complaints.
Oh, Murray, you're all mouth. Why don't you shut it for a change?
Listen, sweetheart, you better get cracking on that mess or you'll find out I've got fists as well.
Leave it, Lee.
Well, that goes for all of you.
Hi. Need some company?
Well, I'm not going to be much fun at the moment.
Yeah, join the club. We've really laid it on you, haven't we? Expecting you to fight all our battles for us. This doesn't seem fair.
Them's the breaks, I guess. Myra will be back soon. We'll just have to hope that all hell doesn't break loose before then. And what's on your mind?
Me?
Yeah, something's bothering you. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, well, my dear agent, the Lavender Leech, came to see me today. Guess what? He's decided to blackmail me if I don't do what he wants.
Blackmail?
Yeah. Remember I told you about Howard and why I killed him?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't everything. When I first got started in the business, I needed some money, so I did a couple of porn pics.
Oh, Lee.
Yeah, they were movies, actually, and it was years before I met Howard, but the trouble is he managed to get his hands on the films, and, well, when I told him I was going to leave him, he threatened to make them public. I did kill him, but I didn't ever get my hands on the movies.
And now Roland is blackmailing you.
Yeah, sure is. If I beat this murder charge, well, he'll have total control of my life while he has those movies. If I lose, I'll spend the rest of my life in here. He sells the films and makes a small fortune.
So what are you going to do?
Well, what I should have done in the first place. I'll break the story myself. Everything. From the porn pics to the orgies, Howard organised. Oh, I'm finished in the business anyway, Jude, but I swear I'm going to go out with a little dignity. And believe me, a few heads are going to roll right along with mine. If people get hurt, well, that's just too bad. They'll be the same people who've been hurting me for years.
And how are you going to do all this?
Well, I'm going to make a phone call to an old friend of yours and mine.
Camilla Wells.
I'm so glad you're available for comment. Perhaps you'd give us the courtesy of an explanation. Well, do you realize the trouble you've caused?
Of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made that phone call.
That is exactly what I'm referring to. You've abused privileges for your own selfish ends. How do you think the other women are going to react now that I'm forced to tighten security?
I'm sorry to have caused you so much trouble, Mrs. Reynolds, but I really had to do what I believe in. Maybe I've saved some other kid from making the same mistakes.
Yes, I understand your motives, but why didn't you come to see me first? Surely you must have realized there'd be repercussions when you exposed the minister.
Yes, but I wanted the whole story to come out. Burnett, Roland, and especially the minister and his little dealings with me. So you see, I couldn't risk that story being censored in any way.
I don't need to tell you that phone calls and visitors will be tightly regulated from now on, then, do I?
That's a very small price for self-respect. Wouldn't you say?
What about the freak? Oh, I got plans for her. Get her into my cell. Go on. You pay for this. Princess.
Are you mad? For God's sake, stop it!
Listen, we're all in this together, so you better get off your fence.
Look, you're buying trouble for all of us. Don't be stupid.
Get stuck. God's sake, close that door. They won't do anything when they're like that.
How long will it last, Judy?
I don't know how long it'll last until someone gets hurt or someone gets killed. I'm sorry.
It's so fast, Judy. I know what's happening. She hit me and...
Okay, you're going to have to calm yourself down. Those women can smell fear.
My face.
Yes, love. You're going to need stitches.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can't we get into the hospital? Maybe one of the officers...
Where are the officers going to come from? If there were any officers around here, they'd be down on us like a rash. Mari's got the freak. The others are all out of action.
Who's going to look after her?
No one's going to look after us. It's every man for himself now. What's that smell? Oh, my God.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Now, come on. I'll get you out. Get outside. We can handle this.
You okay, honey?
Milton, you helped her. Miss Ferguson's bag. Check with all the other soldiers. Come on, come on,
Oh, don't mind me. I'm lucky it's all I've got.
What a shame. You'll be scarred for life, dear.
Mrs. Barry, I have a complaint. Things were stolen from our cell during the riots.
Oh, well, you'll have to give me a list of everything that's missing.
I'd like to add to that, Mrs. Barry, I've been cleaned out. You're lucky you weren't wiped out.
Well, what about me? I had to borrow all this stuff.
Well, I'm sorry, but you'll have to have all items listed. Now, come on, off to the showers.
Listed? I'm not going to be able to find anything.
Alice and Francis must still be in hospital. Wonder what's wrong with them.
Well, they're boring, ugly, vicious, stupid, nasty,
know
horrible. Must have been all those poisonous fumes. We inhaled them too. Yeah, but they must be more delicate than us.
I just took breakfast up to Solid Sheep.
How's Bobby?
She looks like she's been bawling her head off.
That poor little kid. It's been a horrible year for her.
How can they blame Bobby?
Well, she's probably in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I'm sure she didn't do it.
I don't know. She's been very aggressive lately, Jim. Especially towards me.
Yeah, what about the way she got stuck into her yesterday, remember? She wanted to kill her.
Yes, that's right, she did. And for a minute there, I thought she was going to kill her. Yeah, I know it looks bad, but... Oh, I hope she didn't do it. Really stuck up her parole.
Could have been anyone. Could
have been an accident. That riot was pretty wild. You see the way it spread? It was like the whole place had gone mad.
Yeah, that's how it usually happens. It builds up for months and months until finally, pow, the whole thing breaks loose. Women only get involved in it because they're bored out of their minds.
Yeah, but it's so destructive.
Yeah, so is Maury Winter.
Bring her in. Well, good luck.
Come in.
Yes, Templar.
How did you burn your hands? Was that when...
To be honest, I don't remember.
Well, I just wanted to see you to say thank you. And I wish there was some way I could repay you.
I appreciate that, Templar, but you must understand I was only doing my duty. All those women are my responsibility.
Well, from what I saw yesterday, you're more than capable of handling it.
I doubt whether the department or the press would agree with you, but I'll soon find out.
Well, I just hope they find out how you risked your life for us yesterday. Anyway, that's it. I suppose I just had to say thanks.
Fine.
Oh, Mrs. Reynolds, what's going to happen to the women now?
Well, the ones on charges will go before the visiting justice, and the department will probably impose penalties across the board.
But some of the women had nothing to do with the riot. A few even risked their lives trying to stop it.
I know, and I'll do what I can to help them.
Do you think we'd be allowed to continue with the fashion parade? It could bolster morale.
Well, you can work on it in your own time. What are you going to do for clothes and makeup?
Well, I've still got some clothes locked in the storeroom, and, well, I was hoping that I might be allowed to have some makeup brought in for me today.
Yes, very well, but there'll be no contact visits at the moment. On top of everything else, the department isn't going to be happy. The minister resigned this morning because of your allegations against him.
I see. I'm glad about that. It's just what I wanted. But I suppose it's going to cause more trouble for you, isn't it?
Probably.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't regret what I did. I still think he got off lightly. Men like that should be shot.
What if we tell them we'll go and wreck the place till they let Reno stay?
Oh, yeah, we'd all end up in bloody Blackmore.
Better than having the freak the girl.
Can't we try some kind of non-violent protest?
Yeah, probably more effective with the department. Got any ideas?
Well, think about it.
Be a bummer if getting rid of Reno means we can't have the fashion parade.
Is that all you can talk about?
No, it's not all I can talk about. Give us a subject.
And now, ladies, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our first model, Rachel. Looking absolutely stunning in an Auntie Crawford pure silk dress, featuring dolman sleeves and a rather interesting combination of prints. Geometrical print on one sleeve and animal print on the other. Thank you. And next we have young Bobby. Bobby's unusual outfit was created right here in Wentworth by a young designer, Marlene Warren. It's bold, durable, and made entirely of recycled materials. Fashion which refuses to take itself too seriously. You could call this one the ultimate in recession dressing.
Yeah, really suits you, Mitchell. Got no class.
It's all right, Bobby. You're doing fine.
And now, Marlene.
Hang on, my thing's stuck.
Oh, painful.
Marlene.
I'm sorry.
So just keep going, keep going. Marlene looking very chic in a creation from the House of Montauk.
Oh, diddums, did we fall down? Here, let's give you a hand.
What would you done, you stupid moron?
Oh, sorry, I was only trying to help.
I'll get you for that.
Yeah, now come on, everybody, calm down.
Judy, will you take over? I'm on in a minute.
Yeah, sure. Now, if somebody will give us a hand to get this sheet up, we'll get the show back on the road again. Excuse me, ladies, in a couple of seconds, we're going to have Lee showing us how it's done. Now, I'm not going to try to describe what she's wearing. I just hope you'll all sit back and relax and watch an artist at work.
I wish I had a camera.
Get her. Looks like the top model cut herself shaving.
Give it a rest, Winter.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I've never been so bored in all my life.
If you really want to do me a favour, allow me to leave with some dignity.
Right. Sorry, Mrs. Reynolds.
Mrs. Reynolds, do you think it'd be all right if I made a phone call?
You've already had your quota this week, haven't you?
Yes, I know, but it's terribly important. I've got to call my solicitor.
All right, Mrs. Barry, I'll look after you. Thank you.
Have you seen Bobby?
No, she's in the laundry.
I've got to find her.
Settle down. How far away could she be?
I don't understand. She left the... Did you find her?
No, look.
Will someone tell me what's going on?
Bobby, she's gone missing. She's left a farewell note.
Does that mean she's going to chuck it in?
Not a sign. No one's seen her either.
Damn it, we've looked everywhere, too.
Except the governor's office.
I asked to see Mrs. Reynolds 10 minutes ago and she's at lunch.
That leaves the roof.
You don't think she could have got up there?
She could.
Depends how desperate she was, doesn't it?
Get up there.
Come on. Only 24 hours to go, eh?
Yeah, then it's goodbye to Mrs. O'Regan's cottage pie.
Geez, who's going to look after the next fashion parade?
Oh.
Oh, I didn't mean that the way it sounded. I hope it goes really well tomorrow, Lee.
Oh, thanks. As far as the fashion parades are concerned, I think you're just about ready to fill my shoes.
Jeez.
Templar,
There's not
Mrs.
much
Reynolds
on
wants
it.
to see you in her office as soon as you finish tea, okay?
Well, where's the bloody meat?
Just be very grateful it's not warmed over porridge, Winter.
Excuse me, Mrs. Reynolds. Templar's here to see you.
Oh, show her in, please, and I'll ring through when I need someone to take her back.
Well, I'll be off then.
Sit down, Lee.
Thank you.
You must know some very influential people.
Well, you meet them in the sort of world I moved in.
The acting minister's just told me that pressure was brought to bear to have me reinstated. It wasn't hard to find out that you were the person responsible. The poor man wasn't at all amused.
Well, I'm glad it worked. I owed you for saving my life, Mrs. Reynolds. It's a very small repayment.
Well, Wentworth means a lot to me. I just want you to know that I appreciate your efforts. I just hope that you haven't compromised your own position. Your trial's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, but don't worry, I've still got a few favours to call in yet.
Well, good luck. And hopefully the next time I see you will be on the front cover of a magazine.
Oh, no, I think my cover girl days are over. Oh, I'm not sorry. I've traded on my looks for long enough. But being in here has taught me that there's more to life than looking good and selling yourself to the highest bidder.
Have you got any plans?
Plenty. And now I know I've got enough guts to make them happen.
Somehow I think you'll be more than a match for that judge tomorrow.
Hello.
Hi.
Just thought I'd wish you good luck for tomorrow.
Oh, thanks, Judy. Just keeping myself busy so I don't think about it too much.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so too. It's not going to be a lot of fun when they start to air all the dirty linen, especially the porn movies.
No, probably not, but if you have a judge worth a dime, he'll be on your side from the start.
I hope so. I heard from my solicitor, and the police have picked up Roland for blackmail. So that should help. At least I don't have to worry about him bleeding me dry anymore.
Right, you see, now you're going to be able to make a fresh start. And I wouldn't worry about that scar. Good plastic surgeon will get rid of that.
I think I'll keep it as a souvenir. Truth is, Jude, I'm sick of all this glam model bit.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, it's the only trade I know, so I thought I might open up a modelling school. There's heaps of shonky ones around, ripping fortunes off kids and teaching them nothing. It's creeps like Burnett that give the business a bad name. What do you think?
I think it's a terrific idea. I also think that you were pretty terrific to help get Mrs. Reynolds reinstated. Yeah, I know about it. Hard to keep a secret from me. You must have pulled some strings for that one, and strings in pretty high places.
Well, I owed her.
I think everyone's going to have a great big thank you for that.
They know?
Not yet, but I'm going to make it my business to tell them.
Oh, Judy, I'd rather you didn't. Honestly, I think it'd be much better if they thought the department made the decision.
Maybe. But when you first arrived here, everyone was really hard on you. I'd like to see them eat their words for a change.
Well, you know something I discovered in here? Holding on to grudges is just for fools. Gets you nowhere. Gives you wrinkles.
Good luck, eh? It goes for all of us, love. Give 'em hell.
Thanks.
Could you send us an autograph magazine? Oh, God, I nearly forgot. It's my lucky rabbit's foot. I always keep it with me.
Well, it hasn't done you much good.
Yeah, might do the trick.
Come along.
I'll see you later then. I mean, post it back.
Thanks, Marty. Thanks for everything, Judy. I won't forget you, that's a promise.
Thank you, and good luck, kid.